Hello friends, I am Professor Dr. Rajashekharan. I am posting a lot of research related videos. Welcome to my next research video.
Friends, reviewing the literature enables us to identify the research gap that will confirm us whether our research topic is right or wrong. If a researcher reviews the previously published literature properly, his job in his current research will be very comfortable and easy, and he can make sure that he is traveling on a right track. And to get more research related videos, please subscribe to my channel, Professor Dr. Rajashekharan, click the bell icon. And these are the other research related videos. And further, if you like this video, please share your comments in the comment box, and if you like, you can share it to your friends. And this particular video, how to write literature review, will include types of literature review, what you need to do before starting your literature review, what are the effective strategies and steps of literature review, and importantly, what are the phrases, generic phrases you need to use in the literature review. Very importantly, please watch this video from beginning to end to understand the entire ideas properly. First, let us see what are the types of literature review. Thematic review means reviewing the literature based on the themes which you are going to study in your research. You are going to analyze and investigate in your research. Conceptual review, it is similar to thematic only. The exact concept which you are going to deal in your particular research. You will be studying all the available literature on that particular concepts, and you will review and you will identify the gap. Methodological review means reviewing the research methodology, after selecting your problem, and you will review whether what are the types of methodology have been employed in particular type of research, and that will give you certain lead, or you may follow certain idea from the other papers what type of methodology will be suitable to your current research. And experts review here means even after conducting the reviews based on the theme, concept and methodology. And another thing I would advise you, please talk to some experts in that particular field. Expert, you may not talk to maybe hundreds of people or 50, 25 to 50. At least talk to minimum 5 experts in your field. Probably you can identify such kind of experts locally, or if you have connections in the global, you can you can email them and you can talk to them over the phone or any mode. Just you talk to them and tell them that these are the reviews and you are planning to go ahead. Is it fine? You get their opinion. That will help you a lot, because most of them, this experts review may not include in our literature review, but still it will give you a clear understanding about whether you are traveling, to confirm whether you are traveling on a right path or not. Before starting your literature review, you have to follow these 4 processes. Number 1 is you have to collect a lot of research papers, books, projects and other related materials. Minimum collect 100 latest research papers within last 5 to 10 years. That's very important. Do not collect more than 10-year papers. It will be very old. It will not be a current updated one. So better restrict yourself into 5 to 10 years and minimum collect 100 latest research papers. And minimum 5 standard world-renowned books in your research area you need to collect. And after that, you have to sort all the resources, all the research papers, books, projects, everything based on theme, methodology and year. That means first you take all the thematical sort out based on the theme, and then within that theme you have to arrange it in a year, chronological order. And the methodology part, again you have to arrange it in the chronological order. So that you will be able to write your review in a logical flow. That's very important thing. After completing this thing, then you have to initiate reading. In the reading, as I have already given you, you have to collect. You could have collected 100 papers and 5 books, but reading all the 100 papers and 5 books is quite impossible immediately. So that first you start select the top 10 highly relevant research papers to your field from your collected list, and you take them and have them as a separate thing, and read those papers thoroughly, because these papers are going to be the base for your research. So please read it thoroughly. Probably you need to understand nook and corner of the paper. Similarly, select one most important book in your field of research and read thoroughly also, because after reading the 10 articles and if you complete the reading of the one full book in a very important book in your field, and now you will have a very clear idea about how to go about your review and other things. Then you can go ahead the remaining papers and the remaining books. And you need to know you have to know how to read those books and papers. For that, you need to know the effective reading techniques and strategies. The following videos which I have given in this slide, how to read a research paper part 1 and part 2, will guide you to get effective reading strategies. I have given these videos links in the description box. Please go and click and watch it. That will help you how to read faster and to understand better. Next important thing, after reading, you have to maintain, even during reading and after reading, you have to check your notes. You have to take notes properly, and certain things you have to paraphrase. For that, you need to know the better strategy for the proper note-taking methods, and you have to be aware of paraphrasing strategies. If you do not know, it will get into the plagiarism. That's why the following video will guide you to paraphrase the research paper properly, because without knowing the paraphrasing techniques, it is very difficult to write a literature review. That's why you have to be very clear. So watch this video how to paraphrase research papers. This is one of the videos I have done already. You can see this video link in the description box. Watch it so that you will be able to understand clearly how to paraphrase the research paper to write literature review effectively. And the next important component, when you write, you have to be aware about the plagiarism, because in the literature review part is only the majority. Most of the time people make a lot of plagiarism mistakes. The reason is you are referring a lot of resources, you are referring a lot of books and other thing. You get a lot of ideas, so that if you do not paraphrase it properly, or if you do not cite it properly, if you do not add quote properly, it may lead to the plagiarism. So you have to be very careful about the plagiarism. It's a very big problem. Most of the people, even though complete the research, they'll not be able to submit only because of the plagiarism. So these 3 video series, first what are the different types and methods of plagiarism, and how to avoid plagiarism, and how to check plagiarism with free online tools. This will definitely help you to understand and to avoid plagiarism effectively. Watch these videos and to have a better understanding about the plagiarism. Now you come to know the exact writing of the literature if you are into the writing phase now. So there are 10 strategies you may follow to write your literature review effectively. Number 1, organize reviews based on theme, methodology and chronology, which I have told already. Second thing, after organizing all things, you have to develop review logically. That is, in the theme, all the reviews should be developed logically, and the methodology again should be logically. For that, the connective words, cohesive devices are very important. You have to use very importantly, and make sure that all the reviews are based on evidences. You are not writing your own ideas a review. That's very important. That's wrong. And do not use quotes too much. You whenever write a review, people, they'll take all the lines from other writers, simply they'll give them a double quote. If you give too much of quotes, again it is not a good review. So use quotes sparingly. Wherever necessary, use quote. All other places, please paraphrase it. Don't write direct quotes. And next important thing, when you write a lot of reviews, if it is a research paper or a thesis, you will have so many reviews. You need to synthesize your reviews in a logical order. If you fail to synthesize, there won't be any, the reader will not be able to understand, they will not be able to connect it properly. So make sure that you are synthesizing effectively. And be very selective. What are the points you need to include in the reviews? What are the points you need to omit it? Because if you take too many ideas from the base paper, then your review will be very very exhaustive, then it is not required in that level. Be careful when presenting conflicting reviews, because when you take certain topic, there may be different people where they could have worked on the same topics, but they may have a different view. So when you present the conflicting views of the authors on the same topic, you have to be very careful. If it is entirely conflicting, probably you can avoid. Whichever is very relevant to your research field, you can go ahead. Remaining thing you can avoid. Otherwise, even if you are presenting conflicting review, you have to tell it clearly why it is conflicting. And another eighth important thing is all your sources it have to be as current as possible. That's why I have already told you that you restrict yourself within 5 to 10 years of the paper, so that you can make sure that all your reviews are current, is current. Next thing, even though you follow meticulously all these strategies, you have to rely on the revision. Nothing wrong in doing so many revisions of the reviews, because it's a very, very important part of the research. And especially this portion, you have to be doubly careful of the plagiarism. So you have to revise and edit, so that you will be having a clear-cut idea where you have copied and where you need to change. All those things you can get it clearly. At the end of this research review section, literature review section, you need to provide a summary. In that summary, you clearly create a logical flow, what you have understood from the entire literature review, and try to establish the research gap. That's very important. At the end, you need to establish the research gap, and you have to justify why you have taken a particular topic, your own topic, as a research study, so that final summary and establishing research gap is quintessential. And you need to know how to cite reviews, and all in-text citations for paraphrased information includes the author's last name and the page number. Probably you can follow all these things based on your requirement. Probably if you are in a particular university, if they say anything else, you can go ahead. In general, APA citation or MLA citations or Chicago manual style is followed, and you check which citation is required, and you can go ahead with this thing. What I have given is a MLA style citation. And a very, very important thing, lot of people, they may misunderstand that when they give the sources in the citation, they think that there is no need to give in the work cited. No, even though you have given in the citation, you need to enter in the work cited column, and the reference is also important. All quotations less than 4 typed lines are enclosed in quotation marks. Please make sure that the quotation mark should be within the 4 lines. The in-text citation comes after the quoted material, but before the ending a sentence punctuation. That is a full stop or a comma. Normally a question mark, whatever the punctuation comes, it has to be entered before that thing. And next comes a very important thing, you have to avoid anthropomorphism. Anthropomorphism refers to giving human characteristics to a non-living object or animal in your research when you take certain things. So I have given examples. See, in the first one, the article from Lassiter and Jones discussed how coffee wakes you up in the morning. The actual meaning here, coffee is not waking you up. But look at the corrected version. Lassiter and Jones discussed how coffee wakes you up in the morning. But in the first sentence, it is entirely different. But second sentence only, it is discussed about Lassiter and Jones. They have discussed how coffee wakes you up in the morning. The next thing, the experiment attempted to investigate how students learn APA style. So it means that the experiment itself attempted to do that thing. It's not an original thing. Actually, Wheatley attempted to investigate how students learn APA style. That's a correct version. Third one, a review of the literature concluded that there is a gap in the research on this topic. But who has done that? Review of literature itself has done it? No. So that's why Frenza concluded that there is a gap in the research on this topic. So you have to make sure that all these 3 incorrect sentences happened only because of anthropomorphism error. So don't give human characteristics to non-living object and the things. That will become an error in the paper. Because you will be writing in the review. So be careful about these things. Next thing, I have given a list of lot of phrases to be used in literature review, and these phrases will help you a lot to how to know how to use, because you'll be writing so many reviews, so you may not know. If you repeat all the words again and again, it will become a plagiarism. Otherwise it will be same repetitive monotonous, so you have tried to differentiate with different words. You can use all those words, just you can read one by one from referring to the sources, because previous studies indicate that the literature on, so all the ellipsis means that you can fill in. So I have taken only generic phrases, and you can use whenever appropriate situation comes according to these phrases. You can take these phrases. You try to avoid repeating the same phrases again and again in the review. Every review try to use a new word or a phrase. That only will make sure that your review is really interesting. And this is part 1 and this is part 2. Again, you can go there. It starts from for several years. Great effort has been devoted to the study. See, definitely, if you master, I have given a 6 parts. All these 6 parts, if you clearly make a note of it, and you will can have a multiple variety of phrases to introduce your reviews clearly. And look at there. Whenever you are talking about 2% talked about one thing, look at the other one, x2, and x5 in that thing have demonstrated that. That will help you a lot. In similar way you can go get. So 2 author, 1 author, single author, or the contradictory view, the latest view, all those things I have given the phrases. You can follow it. Next comes the same thing, and you can look at there. When there are too many authors, you have to use dash and et al. And studied and showed that all the phrases. And let me wait for you can, so that you will be able to read it. And comes the next part, and again this will help you a lot to give a much differences variety in our review. And this is the last portion. This will help you again. All these things, see, I don't say that all these phrases you can use in one particular review, but make sure that you are picking the important phrases, whichever you are relevant to your research. You can take down, you note it down. So when you write, make sure that you are using these phrases to make your review unique. I am showing you on example paper, our review paper, how it is constructed, the reviews. This is my paper, and with my my PhD scholar, and we have done it. And I show you, I have highlighted how they have started. See, after giving in the review, you need to give a short introduction for your review. That is what he given it is. It is about critical thinking and content and integrated learning. So it is a combined one. So it is before starting the review, I have a small introduction about this review. And then look at there, and we used the one particular, the Ennis 1989. This is what citation model. Style. Ennis the year defines critical thinking as it's a double quote: reasonable reflective thinking that is focused on deciding what to believe or to. So the double quote means we have taken exactly from the same particular work. The next one you can use to connect this review to other review. It is the similarly. This is what as I have already mentioned you. This is a cohesive devices which help you look at their similarly, likewise. These are the words. It connects one review to another review, so that you will get a logical flow to understand the review properly. Here we used the word defines. Here we have used the states. Here we have used who regards. And here we look at their straight away to article, then to learn, and we talked about what has come out. Then this article, we used the article title. In this article, 12 strategies for teaching critical thinking the skills right way, by Lee and Wannabe Crockett suggested. In that way we have added. So here, see, all other article we have not added title, but here we have added a title to show something difference in the phrase. And look at there, says. You can use David Moss says, and believed that, and enables one, and you can use even according to. These are the certain phrases which I have given already. It helps you to understand clearly. Look at the another one. the science report prepared by David Mars, the contribution of multilingualism to creativity. I know we have given a title, said that it is a report, then the title of the report and the what do you call the author, then we have given the year and we have states that. And next comes, look at there, the jointly published research article entitled, and then we introduce the article, then we have given review, and in the research article then we have given the exact review. And Tyler offers, here the new word is offers. And if you come to in the similar way, you can write reviews, because I have showed this particular paper to make you understand how to frame reviews clearly and use all those phrases which I have given in the slide, and you make sure that you understand the process clearly. So I have clearly given you the complete idea about how to write a literature review, and I have introduced a lot of phrases. I have showed you the model paper also, and if you follow the strategies whatever I have suggested in this particular video, definitely it will help you to write a effective literature review. And these are the references I have used to make this particular presentation. And thank you very much. I'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.